I did better than that. I think I did better with the Cambosos fight than that.
Hey, Tio, were you upset that it was a split decision?
He wasn't boxing. He was running. Yeah, there's boxing and there's running. That dude was running. Like Floyd does boxing. So like, if you're going backwards and you start throwing combos, you're more legible to get knocked out than just backing up, and just throwing one hand at a time. Come on, man.
How pissed were you that it was a split decision,
bro? That was crazy, bro. They had it like, what, 97, 92, 97, something, 91.
96, 93, and then 95, 94 for Sandor.
What do you want to get to? I'll get somebody
Sandor, your quick thoughts on the decision, man?
That's a robbery, man. That's a robbery,
Did you feel like you won the fight clearly?
Unbelievable.
Bradley, like you just said, we had a great night of boxing. Teofimo Lopez victorious once again, but still doubts. Moving forward, Teofimo Lopez's career. What he said at the end, he said he still has it. David Haney just tweeted. He said George Kambosos ruined Teofimo. He will never be the same. So overall thoughts of Teofimo's performance and all the comments that has been made.
Look at this, man. The game is 90% mental, man. I keep telling people's like, it's not. Yes, it is. It's 90% mental, bro. And when you're not mentally stable, bro, and you fighting those demons, you literally have to talk to yourself over and over and over. And if you don't have people around you to keep control of that and help you manage that, bro, it's gonna be a problem. I said before the fight, I said, man, I speaking to this guy in the fighter meeting, I don't know who the hell I was speaking to. I have no clue who I was speaking. I was like, who is this kid? Like, I've been following this kid and I've been working his fights for the last 3.5 years. I'm like, this is a completely different person. I mean, all over the place. I'm not gonna tell you what he said or what. I'm not gonna get into all that, but I could just tell that something was not right, man. And I'm like, yo, the battle's not with Martin tonight. The battle's with himself. I knew something was off. So he's either gonna look spectacular tonight, and prove me wrong and my thoughts wrong, or he's gonna look terrible tonight, And I thought he looked subpar tonight. It wasn't a terrible fight, but it wasn't his best performance. It wasn't what we all used to seeing, I didn't have those type of expectations, but I thought it was gonna be a little easier fight because he's the more superior athlete than a Martin.
At this point, is this not trying to be too critical on this situation? Is his father should still be in his corner?
His father, look, listen to me, man. His father was giving him great advice. His father didn't make the same mistake. His father had some urgency in his voice, but his father was giving him valuable advice in that corner, man. He was telling him, use your jab. Corner this guy. Why are you throwing one shot at a time? Why you not listening to me? Like his dad was telling him what's right. And then in the fighter meeting, his father was saying everything that they worked on. And I'm like, check, yep, okay. Your jab, you're using your jab. Oh, check, okay. All right, well, we're working on getting off the line. Check. And I'm like, man, okay. The dad doing his homework. I'm like, man, how important is it for you to evolve as a trainer? You want your son to evolve, but he's like, I study boxing, Tim. I ain't do this stuff, but you know what? I study it. And I instill what the greats do. So I'm like, I respect that, student of the game. So I'm not putting all the onus on the father. I thought he did a terrific job with him. I would say Teo wasn't listening. He just wasn't listening to his father. So with that being said, something has to change. He's either listen or they need to get somebody else to help him listen.
Is it maybe because, to piggyback off that, is it maybe because he's been with his father?
Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. Thank you.
He's been with his father. Yeah, congratulations
Thank
on the
you.
Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
We'll jump into that as well. Congratulations. Well deserved as well.
Appreciate it.
But, is it maybe because Teofimo Jr. is probably just immune hearing the voice of his father has been around so long? And even Teofimo, when they got into the fight with George Kambosos, he said that their relationship wasn't the same. Could it be also that?
It could be a little bit of that, but I just think it's just the doubt. I think it's just the doubt, man. I think, like, every time he steps foot in that ring, the trauma that he has suffered with the Kambosos loss, he's still dealing with that. I mean, you got to understand, this is his second fight back since that. He's in a new weight class. There's a lot of pressure on him. MSG, I mean, there's a lot to deal with, man. And You know, it's hard for him to compartmentalize all of the stuff that's going on around him. You know, new deals here, that, Budweiser, all this stuff going on around him. You know, but for me, when I see him, the most happiest he is when he's inside that ring. So I would say get more active. Like, I understand you want to go fly to the top, you know, because you were there and you beat Lomachenko and all of that. This is a new weight class, dog. You got to get yourself acclimated to this weight class. There's killers in this weight class, as you saw. I mean, Regis Prograis, damn, what he did to Cepeda, and Cepeda is not no slouch, bro. And you heard Regis after the fight say, man, hey, he's a bad boy. He is. He made me work. But you get in there with Regis Prograis, bro. Come on. Come on now. Eat dog food.
Just wanted to get your thoughts on how you thought Teo looked tonight, man.
He didn't look great. He had some good moments, but you know, Martin, he showed up, and you know, performed in a way that, you know, a lot of people didn't expect him to. It was a close fight, but Teo didn't look great. He didn't look great at all.
Overall, how you rate his performance?
I just said it. He didn't look great.
You know,
He didn't look great tonight.
Teo's been talking about wanting to fight Prograis next. He's really, really adamant about that, man.
Prograis?
Yeah, Prograis. How do you you think that should be next for him, or do you want to see him get a few more fights over 40?
I don't think it'll be next. I think that he's in line to fight for the BC or the IBF.
Jack Catterall?
Well,
that's the fight that they're
Nah,
talking
not
about.
Catterall.
WBO is WBO's
Jose Ramirez.
Well, Jose Ramirez actually next in line to fight Prograis, and this was like a second WBC eliminator.
You sure that's the order?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's in line for Catterall and Taylor.
Yeah, that's the one they said he
Teo.
wants to. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, any of those fights can be made, but they're probably going to go the route of the sanctioning body. So, bro, it's going to be hard at 140 no matter who he fights. And Prograis is different, bro. You know, it's a reason that a lot of people don't say his name. So it's a reason why he's overlooked. It's not because he's a bad fighter. He knows who he is. He's a dog. And you know when you sign to fight Prograis, you know what time it is. It's going to be a long night or a short night if you're not careful.
Andre, what could have Teofimo done differently in this fight, you know, facing Sandor Martin and Southpaw? It looked like, you know, Teofimo didn't land a lot of combinations in that fight.
We're just waiting around looking for one big shot. He's gifted, man, with natural explosiveness and quickness, but he's relying on that too much. And didn't use his jab tonight. You know, he would just paw with it, pose, stand in front, and just try to load up with big shots. You got a guy that's experienced like Martin, he'll start to pick up that rhythm and start to counter like he did. So he didn't show the creativeness with his offense, the feints and footwork. He just didn't show. And some of that was Teo's fault, and some of that was what Martin did. So,
you know, on the outside
last
looking,
one, fellas.
On the outside looking in, those 5 pounds, they probably don't really seem like a big difference. But you know, for boxers like yourself, how big is it? Like, is it going to be way harder for Teo to score those knockouts, man?
Yeah. It's part the weight. It's part Teo not doing what he's supposed to be doing. It's a combination of things. You know what I mean? The Cambosa's loss, I think, is still weighing on him, even though it's a documented physical issue that he had. He still took the loss. And the fallout from the media and the fan, all that stuff weighs on you, bro. People don't understand how much fighters and athletes have to go through just to stay focused and stay on point and not forget who they are. So, you know, Teo's in the ring after the fight questioning, do I still have it? That same stuff is on his mind coming into this fight as well.
Can I just get a quick assessment on how you thought Teo performed tonight, man? Who? Teo. How do you think he performed
Well, I
tonight?
mean, the guy ran like a bandit, and it's tough to fight a guy like that. And look at that one judge. What fight was he watching? Right? I mean, I gave Teo. It was a slip in that first or second round. I gave him every round.
Overall, how you rate his performance, just overall?
Oh, it's tough to fight a guy that won't fight you.
Where does Teofimo go from here now? You know, there's a lot of options.
There's a lot of guys that he can fight. He can fight Ramirez.
Let's say Ramirez.
Yeah, he can fight Prograis. A lot of we're blessed with a lot of 140 pounders.
This was his second fight at 140 pounds. Do you think he's now fully comfortable at that weight?
No. I think it's an adjustment. You know, it sounds 5 pounds sounds like nothing, but it's a lot of weight.
Would you favor him right now over Regis, or is that kind of a 50-50 fight? Do you think Teo's
I think
fight
you'd have to favor Prograis, but I think that Teofimo can beat him.